Empowering students requires a delicate dance between the mastery of the subject matter and the art of pedagogy. Worksheet 1 reflects teachers' knowledge on content and pedagogy, a combination of two essential aspects of effective teaching. This ensures deep understanding of an accurate and comprehensive information about the subject matter being taught, and the ability to effectively convey the content using appropriate teaching methods and strategies, making it more engaging that matches students' learning styles. This synergy between a supportive learning environment and effective pedagogy is a key driver of academic success. Students are not just recipients of information, they become active participants in their own learning journey. The teacher's role extends beyond imparting knowledge. It becomes a catalyst for unlocking each student's potential. Finally, this activity conveys the power of knowing how to promote a supportive learning environment, how to enhance student comprehension, and the ways on contributing to students' overall academic achievement.
Through the actual observation and first-hand experience performed by each member of the group, we are able to accomplish the first worksheet entitled Teachers' Knowledge on Content and Pedagogy. Prior to classroom observation, each of us requested the daily lesson log that our respective cooperating teachers utilized in their discussion. Then we distinguished, assessed, and evaluated the different learning principles they integrated and which part of the lesson they were located in. After that, we comprehensively analyzed and truly examined the various teaching strategies and differential techniques they were incorporated in the teaching and learning process.
By this, we are able to reflect about the importance of different learning techniques that will be used in conducting the lessons. By observing the students in PSAT, we are able to gain knowledge about communicating strategies, different teaching strategies, and technologies that can be used to promote high-quality learning outcome.
By the help of our cooperating teachers from Pangasinan School of Arts and Trade, we are able to come up with different teaching styles, techniques, as well as strategies that could really help us in our upcoming internship. So this includes promoting student collaboration and teamwork, as well as implementing principles to increase students' motivation.
Let us explore and know about Field Study 1 Worksheet 2 entitled My Ideal Learning Environment. One of the key elements of a conducive learning environment is having a pleasant physical space where students can sit comfortably, listen and understand what the teachers are saying, as well as socialize with their fellow students. The importance of the key intended learning outcomes of activity group is to be aware of the different classroom management styles present in a particular classroom. Another important responsibility of the teacher is to develop a learning environment where students feel motivated to learn beneath the boundaries and expectations of a safe classroom. This will give future teachers an idea of how to manage classrooms with different comprehension or cognitive levels and design a classroom that is safe, secure, and conducive to every student.
As we observe in the domain 2, it focuses on student-teacher connections. For example, the value of educational learning in the classroom, instructions, and student engagement in the classroom. So, the teacher should be foster a respectful environment in which students can remain happy and supported.
We have observed several facilities that aid learning such as library, audiovisual learning research center, science laboratory, computer lab, home economics room, and the like.
I will adjust my classroom management to meet the needs and interests of my students. I want to create an environment that focuses collaboration and teamwork to create bond and camaraderie to help them boost their confidence and actively engage themselves in every activity inside the classroom.
Prior our course of experiential learning, series of webinar and orientation was given to us, pre-service teachers, which I suppose equips us with skills and right mental attitude that we need in our venture. With the theme Observing Realities and Transcending Boundaries, the 8th of September was a day of discussion filled with necessary knowledge, attitude, and skills that such orientation illustrates of our preparedness.
Our keynote speaker, Mr. Marlon De Vera, wowed pre-service teachers with his knowledge in sharing with us the PPST, or so-called Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers. He later on centered his discussion on the third domain, which rounds about diversity of learners. It is said, in order to build inclusive and successful learning environments, educators must acknowledge and address this diversity, which can present itself in a variety of ways. Therefore, teachers are expected to design a diverse set of learning styles to cater the needs of the students, as well as ensuring that all students can attain different learning goals. Finally, the orientation rounds about being sensitive to others' differences, as it ended with a strong word, respect, which is lacking with a lot of people nowadays. That's why the conduct of such webinar is indeed a help for pre-service teachers before attending to the call of profession.
In accomplishing the third worksheet, we engage in a comprehensive analysis by closely observing students at different educational levels, namely preschool, elementary, and high school, as they participated in online or modular classes.
This method of observation provided a valuable insights, enabling us to draw comparison regarding the distinct characteristic and special needs of a learner across this diverse age group.
In my future role as a teacher, I will establish a classroom where all the students, despite their individual differences, will work together peacefully to provide an engaging and joyful learning environment.
I will plan to conduct a comprehensive assessment at the beginning of the academic year to understand their students' diverse aspects and make informed instructional choices.
Also, I will plan to implement differentiated teaching methods and strategies to address individual attributes, including gender, individual needs, strengths, interests, and special educational requirements.
After observing students of various age groups, we have learned that each group of learners have their own unique study habits and preferences. As we observe, we have discovered a vast array of remarkable strengths, interests, and diverse socioeconomic backgrounds of students. Some students prefer hands-on activities and visual aids, while some tend to rely more on textbook and written materials for studying. Overall, we learned that it is important to cater the individual needs and learning styles of students of different ages to optimize their studying experience.
Good day! I am Jamaica De La Cruz from EduPulse Explored. Come and join us as we explore the Field Study 1 Worksheet 4 entitled The Teaching Learning Resources, ICT and Curriculum. The demands of global community are climbing up to its zenith as time goes by. We define curriculum simply as a set of learning engagement tailored to nurture every learner's passion, indulging them to different experiences to make learning more authentic and effective. ICT in education improves engagement and knowledge retention. Students become more engaged in their work. This is because technology provides different opportunities to make it more fun and enjoyable in terms of teaching the same things in different ways.
Field Study 1 will engage in worksheet number 4, focus on resources, ICT, and the curriculum.
The observation
observation process allowed us to keenly assess the utilization of various resources in the classroom, including ICT tools. We truly examined how the curriculum was implemented and how technology enhanced the teaching learning process based on the borrowed lesson plan in our cooperating teacher for educational basis in doing our worksheet 4. This experience enabled us to complete the observation and analysis parts of the worksheet, offering insights in effective resource integration and alignment of instructional materials with curriculum objectives. The reflections on observed practices shed light in facilitating a dynamic and engaging learning environment.
Creating and managing curriculum is one of the most significant functions of the teachers. With that, it is important to be familiar with school curriculum. Teachers must know and understand their learning outcomes for them to adequately prepare their students for their academic pursuit. This knowledge will help teachers to plan lessons, select materials, and design assessments. In designing assessments, we should utilize ICT and non-ICT resources for us to have effective and engaging teaching and learning processes. As ICT in education advances in informatization, not only teachers support learning, but also students who acquire knowledge and skills. Because we live in 21st century, we should enhance our 21st century skills, such as computer skills, that will help students meet their needs and interests in the 21st century.
Assessment is an important part of learning and teaching process. This worksheet, which is worksheet 5, highlights the effectiveness of assessing and evaluating the learner's performance.
Based on our observation of Pangasinan School of Art and Trades, we noticed the different forms of assessment tools that the teacher used to evaluate learners' performance. These include paper, pencil tests, recitation, and activities. These assessments are often called formative and summative tests. Also, we have observed the different intended learning outcomes employed by the teacher and the traditional and non-traditional activities that are aligned with it. We have interviewed teachers on how they will compute the learners' grades and how it is being reported to the parents.
Evaluating the learner is an important aspect of monitoring the learning progress of the students. Teachers' rubrics are to be recorded in any form of assessment because they must have a record of the scores coming from the students. Teachers may encounter difficulties, but they have strategies to overcome all of these. As a millennial teachers, we will employ different assessments that will help the learners overcome their fear of assessment so that they will enjoy and actively participate in the class.
Field Study 1 Worksheet 6 entitled Skills and Connection to Community to identify the social roles and function of a teacher to promote harmonious relationships with learners, parents, and schools and the wider community. To understand and appreciate the importance of school-community partnership in the educative process. To recognize the importance of teachers assuming responsibility for personal growth and professional development for lifelong learning. Worksheet 6 has 4 parts. First, observation report. Second, research and extension involvement. Third, analyze. And fourth, reflect.
5 social roles and functions of a teacher were also mentioned in the observation part. The most common answer of the pre-service teachers is being the role model. Teachers are responsible in guiding and shaping their students' attitudes.
Research helps educators to learn and create new knowledge. This also serves as a way of engaging and helping their community, which will be beneficial for the students and the school community.
We analyze part of the worksheet 6 to understand the influence of the school in the educative process. It is important that teachers should involve themselves in the community outside the school to foster engagement and build communication. Community involvement will help them acquire knowledge that will probably help learners.
The analyze part of worksheet 6 seeks to understand the influence of the school community engagement in the educative process. It is important that teachers should involve themselves in the community outside the school to foster engagement and build communication. Community involvement will help them acquire knowledge that would probably help the learners.
This part aims to build our critical learning abilities and reflect on how we are going to foster collaboration through school community engagement. This also aims to reflect on how we are going to enhance our personal and professional skills for the benefit of the learners and of the community as well.